The Bell Witch, an American poltergeist. The Bell Witch haunting is one of the most disturbing and well-documented supernatural cases in American history. It took place in the early 1800s in the quiet rural town of Adams, Tennessee, where the Bell family lived on a peaceful farm. No one could have imagined that their home would become the center of one of the most violent poltergeist hauntings ever recorded. The story began in 1817, when the head of the family, John Bell, noticed a strange creature lurking in his fields. It had the body of a dog and the head of a rabbit, an impossible shape that disappeared as soon as he fired his gun. After this encounter, strange things started happening around the Bell home. It began with faint knocking on the walls, scratching sounds, and noises in the attic. At first, the family thought it might be animals, but the noises quickly grew louder and more deliberate. Night after night, the children woke up screaming. Their blankets were ripped off them. Hair was pulled and invisible hands slapped their faces. Furniture moved by itself. Heavy footsteps roamed the hallway. Soon the entire family realized they were dealing with something unseen and intelligent. The attacks focused particularly on Betsy Bell, John's daughter. She was repeatedly pinched, scratched, and tormented by a force no one could see. The situation became so extreme that the family finally confided in their neighbors. Word spread throughout the community, and people began visiting the Bell home to witness the strange events. The unseen entity eventually developed a voice. It spoke in whispers at first, then in full sentences. It claimed to be a spirit named Kate, though it never clearly explained its origin. What it did make clear was its hatred for John Bell. Kate swore repeatedly that she would kill him. Her voice was often loud and mocking, capable of carrying on long conversations, singing hymns, or repeating things she heard miles away. The haunting drew so much attention that even General Andrew Jackson, who would later become President of the United States, visited the Bell farm out of curiosity. According to accounts, Jackson and his men experienced terrifying activity. Their horses refused to move, the ground shook, and a loud, unseen voice challenged them. Jackson reportedly said, "I'd rather fight the British again than the Bell Witch." As months turned into years, the spirit's violence increased, particularly toward John Bell. He suffered mysterious illnesses. His tongue would swell, his face would twitch, and he would be struck by invisible blows. The family found no medical explanation. Meanwhile, Betsy continued to be tormented, especially when she became engaged to a young man named Joshua Gardner. Every time the couple met, the spirit shrieked and screamed, warning Betsy to break off the engagement. Eventually, the pressure became too much and Betsy ended the relationship, exactly as the spirit wanted. By 1820, John's health was failing rapidly. On December 20th, he fell into a coma. The next morning, the family discovered a mysterious dark liquid bottle in the house. No one recognized it. When one of their slaves gave a drop to the family cat, it immediately died. At that moment, the spirit exclaimed triumphantly, "I gave old Jack a dose of that medicine last night, which fixed him." John Bell died that same day. Many believed the Bell Witch had successfully carried out her threat. Newspapers later described the haunting as the only case in history in which a spirit was blamed for a man's death. After John's death, the entity's activity began to decrease. By 1821, the spirit announced it was leaving but would return in 7 years. True to its word, it reappeared briefly in 1828, speaking with John Bell Jr., but caused no harm. Before leaving again, it promised to return once more, 107 years later in 1935. Some small disturbances were reported, but nothing like the original terror. Today, the Bell Witch legend remains one of America's most chilling supernatural mysteries. The Bell Farm and the nearby Bell Witch Cave have become famous paranormal sites where visitors claim to hear whispers, footsteps, and faint voices in the dark. The story of the Bell Witch endures not only because of its terrifying events, but because it was witnessed by dozens of people, from neighbors to church members to political leaders. Whether one believes in ghosts or not, the Bell Witch remains one of the most compelling and frightening examples of a poltergeist haunting in American folklore.